Imagine you have 100 million followers, $100, your own fans, and your own haters. The entire world is watching you. It sounds interesting, right? Well, imagine having all this at age 16. Yeah, this is the real price of being TikTok famous. Now, I might not have 100 million followers like Charli D'Amelio does, but I do have 2. I understand the basic principles of what it's like being TikTok famous. And how did I get my 2 million followers, you might be asking? Well, the answer is quite easy. I sold my soul. Obviously, I didn't sell my soul. But what I did do was pretty much press my time day and night, Obviously, I'm exaggerating here, but there is some truth to what I said. Which brings me to price 1. You have to consistently sacrifice a lot of your time to social media. You have to be on the platform a lot. I mean, you have to know the client to sell to the client, right? End up spending a lot of time just scrolling through, looking at content, trying to figure out what to post. Then when you do post, 3 things can happen. 1, you can blow up, your video can be good. 2, it absolutely flops. Or 3, it blows up for the wrong reasons. I've had all 3 happen. Only one of them is really fun. The rest kind of suck. If your post blows up, congratulations, enjoy your victory until tomorrow when you'll have to start working on it all over again. It's fun though, it's great, it's great. If it flops, then whatever. You move on to the next post. It's not a big deal, except that's not what happened. Usually, once you pass a certain milestone as a creator, you end up subconsciously tying your emotions to the views you get. Putting so much time, effort, creativity. So if you have a crappy view day, which is like 90% of the time, you're like, oh man, all sad because your videos didn't do good. Let's say your post does blow up for the wrong reasons. It's you this time. People aren't making fun of some random person that you just laugh at as you scroll by. This is you. It's personal. And there's almost no way to stop it. I mean, technically you could just shut off your phone and walk away. So there is a way to stop it, and it's pretty easy. Now this is where me and Charli start to separate, because Charli gets way more hate than I do. From the creator's perspective, hardly any of it is deserved. There's always a reason you did stuff in your videos, and people are just, they don't understand. People who hate don't get it. And with Charli, a lot of people bother her in public. It doesn't really happen to me because I don't really go out much. I just chill. You have people coming up to you in public. For the first time, social media is real. It just kind of feels like a video game most of the time. If you make it on TikTok, prepare to be saved. It can either be a compliment or an insult, depending on how you take it. I usually take it as a compliment because I'm sure if you're a woman, it comes off as a little differently. I don't know. And with Charli, it's a million times worse because she's much, much bigger than I am. It's weird. Weird reading comments about people talking about you. I'll leave it at that. The next point is the continued pressure you have upon yourself to not disappoint your fans. You feel like everything you do, once you get past a certain milestone, is pressure. Even though that's not how it really is. You as the creator feel that, because I'm speaking from experience. The most fun you'll ever have in social media is at the very start when there's no pressure to do anything. It's great. The video blows up, it's like, but then you get to a certain milestone, and it changes. Because if you have a video flop, then you're like, and until you learn how to deal with it, it is weird. You kind of just have to be like Ray Charles and be blind. Anything you do is magnified. You'll be 17 years old and will be reading. This has actually happened to me, and it was weird. I know it might sound like, oh, it's so cool, but it was weird. But if you do something wrong, they're gonna let you know about it. It could ruin your career. Like, actually, I've seen it happen to a bunch of people. Like, I used to know this one guy, his name was Epstein. He got canceled. And to be honest, we're gonna get personal. Come in close, come in close. When I look at Charli D'Amelio, I feel that she's tired of all the attention. It's fun and exciting at the start, and now that the news worn off, it made her purposeless. When you're 17, you have a net worth of $12 million, estimated net worth. I just looked it up. And the last thing you were thinking about was how to get to 100,000 followers. You don't feel like you have purpose anymore. There's a small part of her that just wants to go back to her old life. I'm not saying that's all of her, but I know that there's a small part that does. She has mixed feelings. Don't get me wrong, social media is a blast. If a video does good, you're like, and to conclude, there's a bunch of stuff I didn't cover about this. The secret to social media is not caring. You have to get a mindset where you don't care if a video does bad. And that's the reality. It really doesn't matter if a video does bad. They're just numbers on a screen. And people's opinions, they don't affect you. We're all gonna be dead in the next 100 years, so you might as well do what you enjoy and not care what other people think about you. If you're Charli D'Amelio watching this, Charli, you're watching this, I wish you the absolute best. Have a ton of respect for what you've accomplished at your age, and I think it's very impressive. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get to 69,420 followers. Because if you're gonna subscribe, you might as well subscribe for 69,420. Life's too beautiful. You look outside, just slow down. You're gonna be okay.